How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Excited for the breakout room for the Impactfest. Hi, Tien. How are you?
Hi, Ninh. Hi,
Hi.
John. I'm
Hi,
okay.
Tim.
Waiting for a long time to enter breakout room.
Yeah. We the Impactfest has we had amazing speakers. I loved hearing from and meeting new people. Honestly, Dr. Mihaela I've met from Seed Stars, but Julie I haven't met her yet. So we're Anyways, due to the time, thank you all for joining. George, thank you so much for joining from Kanma. You guys have this is the schedule for our breakout room right now. Let me see here. So Dylan may not be here because he's from in Australia and it's like 2 a.m. his time. But Tien, and then we got Sarah, and do we have Pham? No, we don't. Okay, then yes, we do. We do have everybody except for Dylan. So that works out pretty much on time. We're only 5 minutes behind. So Pham, are you ready?
Yes.
And can you share screen? I want to check real quick.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let me see. Yeah.
Awesome. Go for it. You'll have 5 minutes to present. I'll show it on my phone as well.
Yes, I cannot share the screen.
Yeah, you cannot, or you can.
Yeah.
You cannot.
I cannot.
Okay,
cannot.
I'll be right
Cannot.
back. I will be right back. Okay, give me 1 second.
Any trouble you have, just come see me.
One quick question, Melanie. Can we do the setting where we allow everybody to share?
Nori?
Yep.
That's me at the bottom. Multiple participants can share simultaneously or advanced.
Everybody is able to share screens now.
Awesome.
Advanced. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that good? Everybody, that one's good? Just for the recording, we need to have a co-host, right?
Yes.
Co-host. So if you see that your co-host.
All right. Hi, Tiziana. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for
Thank
joining
you.
us. So, Pham, you ready? Can you share?
Yes.
Awesome. So we'll do 5 minutes for presentation. Q&A, if you go a little bit over, I'll just eat into your Q&A. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Awesome. So whenever you're ready to start.
Hi, everybody. I present my project, Cardano developer in the club, Cardano developer clubs in university. Here is my proposal. The ideal statement of fair Cardano developer in the labs in university. Our problems, IT student, the developer sources are currently lack of testing environment available in the university for the developer to practice writing blockchain application, and lack of mechanism to motivate and encourage students to pursue their passion to turn idea into products. And student or developer interested in blockchain like teammates to share their idea and co-work on projects. Students know little about Catalyst and often apply for fun according to traditional model. Our solutions were to build an open club for Cardano developers at university. So students can join the club. Lecturer student can join the club. buildings basics and advanced labs, organize hackathon and other activities. In these labs, there are Cardano labs for developers to have a test environment where they can deploy any DApp as they prefer. This is where blockchain intuits and find friends with similar passion and interest in building the application together. They are regularly similar to share blockchain knowledge among community members. We will also organize hackathons event for students to encourage them in doing the Cardano developments in depth. That's our solution. The impacts with the DApp plans and voting support from community as well positive support from university. We believe that many DApps will be developed in Cardano system and increase the number of Cardano blockchain developers and realize startup idea on the Catalyst platform. So with the support environment, the labs we describe above and the implementation orientation of the projects, we will provide a favorable developer experience. For example, multi-lab exercises, sharing knowledge, hackathon, and blockchain event. This activity will motivate developers and allows them to concentrate on creating successful application, especially blockchain application. The relevant experience. We are lecturers, deans with many experience in teaching and writing specialized IT textbooks, understand the process of creating and publishing textbooks in university. We are also full stack developer in funded proposals and Eaton Tower moderators. For example, we have Anh Tien, the founder of Realize Tech Pool, and a computer science expert working in the Cardano system since 2018. Nguyễn Văn Hiếu, founder of Harder Stake Pool, and the member of Bluetooth Pioneer programs and the lead technical support of many successful startups and other members. The way we track the success of our projects by measuring the following metrics. The first is the total number of developers who get involved in the labs, and the second is total number of developers who are going to use labs. The total number of proposals submitted to idea scale in the first round. The total number of developers who join the seminar and sharing sessions, and the last total number of developers who participate in the hackathons. Here is the KPI should be, for example, 30 developers using the labs in the first 6 months, 1,800 hours lab time in the first 6 months, and other figures you can see here. This KPI, along with the events, photos, video, and other material will be published on our website. You can see here our website. A few days after the event is complete, and we will provide monthly reports on GitHub. You can see the link here for the community.
Awesome.
The fund, requested fund, you can see here. And here's the vote links for our project.
Awesome.
Thank you for listening. Yeah.
Thank you. Great job, Anh Pham.
Yes.
You have 3 minutes for questions. So I have a question here.
Yeah.
From my understanding, you are building a group of student developers to support other Cardano projects to build dApps,
Yeah.
or themselves to build the dApp, right?
Yes, we have a lab. We will develop a labs for our student, and our student can join our labs. We develop or set up the lab, not students set up the lab.
I see. So you guys set up the different projects and labs for them. Are Cardano teams or Catalyst team able to submit projects?
Yes, we submit this project to finance of yeah.
Awesome. Anybody else's questions?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah. CTN has raised his hand. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, indeed. Go for it.
Thank you. Thank you, Ninh. I have no question. That's have some additional to Phong proposal. That is my proposal as well. So the purpose of our proposal, we are trying to build a group of people. We are building a club. In that club, we will build a lab so that the student can join and take exercise with the Cardano. And the second thing, they can share the idea and they can do the hackathon. We will organize a hackathon for students. This proposal is a consequence of our previous proposal in private fund. I will share with you that proposal in the next few minutes. Thank you.
Awesome. George, go for it.
Yeah, thanks, Ian.
Thanks, Jens. Yeah.
For the project itself, are you training in Haskell programming or Plutus? What is it? Because when you say DApp, what is your practice? Because universities typically have C, C++, Java, not really crypto programming. So how are you doing it?
Thank you. May I have Phong to answer the question, because I am an author of writing this proposal.
Yeah, go for
it. Regarding the Haskell, we in the proposal we will send at least 3 people to join Amigo's course, and then we hope that we can use the lecture. We can send the lecture to the Amigo and get knowledge from there. Thank you.
Gotcha. Sounds like you guys have partnership with Amigo. Awesome. Sarah, sorry, your question will be asked.
That's fine.
If we have time towards the end, but we've got to move on for the sake of time. To you, actually. Sarah, are you ready?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep, I'm ready. Can everybody see my screen?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Can you unshare your screen, please?
Can you have to unshare the screen?
Yes.
Or here, I can do it. Whoops, sorry, Sarah. Can you share again?
That's fine.
Awesome.
All right, can you see different pages as well?
Yep, you're good.
Amazing.
All right, so let's.
All right.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. So my name is Sarah Yun. I'm based in Japan, and I'm representing Socius. So Socius is basically Upwork for impact, Upwork for good. So we are building an impact gig marketplace that helps purpose-driven millennials to achieve career and financial goals at the same time as contributing to social causes. So the problem we are trying to solve is that there's so many social problems such as climate change, poverty, discrimination, but there is a shortage of talents that who can solve them. And this is the problem I faced firsthand in my 13 years of experience in the impact sector. On the other hand, 84% of millennials want to contribute to impact organizations to solve social problems, but at the moment they are not able to do so. So we interviewed 100 people. What is preventing them from contributing to impact organizations? And they say that these opportunities are not very meaningful. They don't lead to career advancements, or they cannot see tangible impact of their work, of their contributions, or the opportunities don't provide enough financial incentives. So what we found out is that most people don't contribute to impact organizations without added incentives. However, they do contribute when their self-interest is aligned with social contribution opportunities. So that's why we built Social. This is the solution part. That's why we build Socius, an impact gig marketplace that aligns their self-interest with their social contribution opportunities. So here's how it works. So if you want to contribute to impact organizations at the same time as achieving your career goals, you can do that on Socius. So you can search for these projects, or our recommender engine will match you with the right opportunities where you can grow and you can achieve your career goals at the same time as contributing to social causes. And once you contribute, you can see traceable and transparent impact on your profile. And this is represented in Impact Score. This is where we use blockchain technologies. And finally, also using blockchain. So based on your score, you can get crypto tokens as rewards. This is in addition to fair compensation by your organization or hiring organization. So this solves millennials' problems, but at the same time, we solve impact organizations' talent shortage problem. So this is more on the impact side. So this is a typical user. She wants to contribute her digital marketing skills to social and environmental impact. And during her college years, she looked for the jobs, but either the roles required more experience, or they couldn't offer paid positions. So she ended up getting just normal job, marketing job at a non-impact company. But her wish is to work for an impact organization, but also want to learn paid advertisement. She's been focusing on SEO. So she also wants to have fair salary for her skills. So this is what she can do with Social. So she can be matched with impact gig and achieve her career goals. So she can be matched with an experienced marketer. She can learn new skills, and it might give you a lower rate than the current job, but it still gives you the impact opportunities, learning opportunity, and token incentives. And you can contribute, and you can safely get paid. So the payment is done on the platform, and because the company can pay fair compensation by monetizing their impact certificates. So like, for example, carbon offsets. And that's why she can receive a fair salary. And on top of that, finally, her impact score improves to 350 and receives some token rewards. And that encourages her to do more contributions to impact organizations. So here's how impact score works. So there are two criteria. One is contribution, so time or money contributing to impact projects. And then second is impact certificates. So basically the results of her contributions. So it could be carbon offsets or plastic removal, etc. And these companies can sell these impact certificates, the impact results, on a marketplace, like carbon offset, a credit on a marketplace. And then that's how they get money. And then they can pay fair compensation while hiring top talent and growing impact and monetizing the impact. On the other hand, purpose-driven professionals can be part of the change, can get fair compensation and token rewards. So this is the traction. I'm going to skip over. Our goal is to become a decentralized autonomous organization by 2026. And this is the team. Okay, so partnership opportunity is very important. So current partner is Proof Space. So This is where SSI is involved. And future partnership opportunities, we want to partner with organizations, research institutions that can measure and certify impact. So carbon offsets, plastic removal, education, attainment, etc. And so this is where we can collaborate, and also any impact organizations who want to use socials to find talents and reward their contributions. So yeah, with your support, we create meaningful connections and accelerate social and environmental impact. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. Got almost 4 minutes for questions. I love your proposal. Obviously, the social impact score and gig economy, right? Where do you see the social impact score actually like having a big impact? Is that something that people can put on their resume, or is that in replacement of a resume? Right.
Yeah, very, very good question. So let me just share. Where is it? So impact score use cases, right? So how we utilize impact score is so first, so impact gig, right? So when organizations see your profile, they can see how much impact score you have, and along with other measurement like reviews from the organization, etc. And then they can decide whether to hire you or not. Another thing is impact lending. So in the future, we want to provide financial products for the unbanked, and that's based on impact score. So if you don't have a bank account, you don't have financial credit, but you have time, you have skills, you provide your skills and time to impact organizations, and you grow your impact score. And based on that score, you can ask for loans. And then, so it's a peer-to-peer lending system, something like Kiva. Yeah. So, and other people can see your impact score, and they can lend you money. On the other hand, if the person doesn't pay back the loans, then the impact score goes down. So in a way, you're putting your impact score into collateral. And in the future, this will be also used for impact investing as well. So impact organizations, founders, in order to prove their impact aspirations and mission, they can use their impact score to show that to impact investors.
Awesome, thank you. There's probably time for one more question. Thank you.
Yeah, great project, Sarah.
Thank you, George.
I have one question. Maybe I missed somewhere in your presentation. The first thing is how to create a value for impact certificates, and the second one, do you have a plan to issue the token? That's all. Thank you.
Yes, very good question. So the first question, basically, so we will be using first relying on existing models. So there is a quite mature market for carbon offset credits. So this is a verifiable impact and is being sold and bought on the market. So we'll be using that, but we want to expand to other areas of SDGs. So plastic removal credits, for example, or gender equality credits, or it could be education related, health related. So we want to expand, but we will start with the ones that are already established. And secondly, yes, we will be creating our own tokens called Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you all. Moving on, our next proposer is Anh Tiến. Yeah. Let me know when you're ready.
Yes. Okay, let me share my screen. I hope that you can see my screen right now.
Yep, all live.
Okay, I'm ready.
Go for it.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome. Hello, everybody. My name is Tien, a founder of Cardano to VN. I will share with you my proposal in Funnize a Catalyst event for Vietnam students. First of all, I want to focus your attention on the impact. That's the thing on the first presentation of the Milihana talk about that. The impact of our proposal is, as you know, that this is a survey from MOES in Vietnam. MOES is stand for Education, Ministry of Education. We have that. We have around 55,000 students graduate yearly. So this is a This number means that we have a great and very huge resources for developer yearly. So if we can educate these resources about blockchain blockchain knowledge or Cardano knowledge, I think it would be a great idea and have a great impact for Cardano. So that's the reason why we focus on a developer from student. So the program, many students in Vietnam are unaware about Project Catalyst and the opportunity they may have in the future. So our solution, we organize the event about Cardano and Catalyst and connect, motivate, and support the student to participate in Catalyst so that the idea can be signed. We can support them to grow the idea. This is a continuation of the previous fund in Fund 7. Here is some KPI in Fund 7. Most of the KPI we have a higher, we achieve higher value than we define in the proposal. I will send you the slide and you can see our closeout report and closeout video later on. In this fund, we submit the proposal again and we plan for 5 months. But in this time, this fund, we intend to do the event and to implement the proposal in 3 universities. So the number of KPI will be higher. For example, we have a 24 event. We have we estimate to have 20 proposals. We will submit in the next fund, maybe in fund 10, maybe in fund 11. I think so. On the KPI and project progress, we will update on our GitHub and our website for committee to check. And this is our team member. We have myself and my friend and on the dean and 3 dean in the university. And that is the thing we want to share with you about our proposal. I think I hope that I can win the vote for my proposal to support for my project, and your vote is will help our students to grow the idea, and we will have a better future for Cardano. Thank you very much.
Wow, amazing! Thank you. You have over 30 seconds left.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Awesome, George, go for it. George, you're muted. FYI.
Yeah. Thanks, Jenny. A very good project to work with the student. This is very similar to what we do at Conma too in India. So we work with the students in college universities in India. The same kind of very specific to what you do. I'm really happy that 10 proposals have come through from your team and students. So greatly appreciate that. So from the proposals, were there some more successes for you, like or where some of the students proposals selected? How is the success story for you from submission to taking it to the next level?
Thank you, Connor, for the question. I'm very happy to understand that we have a similar proposal in your country. The first thing, regarding the question, the first thing, we have a great support from university. So in Fund 7, we only implement our project in 2 universities. And the dean in university have a policy that so students have some selections, some selected course, and Catalyst is one of them. And any student who select Catalyst event, they will have to complete one demo proposal, and they have to complete 2 assessment as a PA. That is a policy, and that is a fundamental requirement for student. So that's the reason why if the student have a demo proposal already, there are no reason why they submit to Fund 9. Especially in Fund 9, we have one challenge for student. That is the reason why we achieve that number. Thank you.
Awesome. Anybody else has questions before I ask? Okay. Tian, awesome. By the way, over delivering, always good, right? I know that especially when students are in school or in college, that's the formation time, and to get them early into technology, especially Cardano blockchain, you know, that's good for our ecosystem. And is this only currently in Vietnamese universities, right? Do you have any plans to expand to more universities in Vietnam?
Yeah, thank you, Ninh. Thank you for your idea. In Fund 7, we only deploy our proposal in Hanoi area only, in the north of Vietnam only. But in in this fund, we will be deployed in the south as well. Currently, we our team, Ethan Thao whole team, have we are delivery right now for IMIT student, IMIT University right now.
Awesome. We got time for one more question, if anybody wants to ask. Otherwise, how much are you guys asking for, Ethan?
Sorry.
How much are you? What is the budget?
The budget in this fund should be 34,000. 34,000. Sorry, I'm not.
$33,040.
Let me go to proposal directly right now.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. 33.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. I am saving it to live donation voting tool. And we have next proposal. I believe that is me, but I will go last. Antonio has joined us. Would you like to present, Antonio?
Hi everyone. So I'm just an observer today. I was invited by Mihaela.
Oh,
And
awesome.
hello to everybody. I'm happy to be here, and it's an honor for me. I have a Fit to Earn project, a Move to Earn project. Like you probably know, it's a lifestyle ecosystem. It's not launched yet. In October, it's gonna be public. I will not say where because I'm not on Cardano chain yet because my goal is to be multi-chain, and the second chain I will be it's Cardano. This is why I'm here to understand more about the community,
Awesome.
about how things work, and I'm so excited and happy to be here. For sure, I will see you guys more in the future.
Cool. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, let's get you on Cardano.
Yes.
Awesome. Tiziana, do you guys have a proposal that you want to present?
Yeah, happy to jump in.
Okay.
I don't have any slides prepared, but I have it well in my mind.
Okay, awesome.
5 minutes, right? Perfect. So my name is Tiziana and I work for a company called SeedStars that you might or might not have heard of. We're part of the Cardano community and a few projects, but we're also not on chain on a lot of other projects. So essentially, who is SeedStars? SeedStars is it's a quite large organization. We operate in 75 countries. And on the one hand, we support tech entrepreneurs through capacity building. So technically, how do you set up your business plan? How do you rechannel revenue streams if need be, et cetera, et cetera. And on the other hand, we are a venture capital firm. So what does that mean? Essentially, we invest in the top tech startups that we come across on emerging markets. So that's pretty much our identity. Now we've been operating for the past 10 years. And for the past 10 years, what we came to the conclusion to by talking to every single stakeholder is the key element that we are missing is good talent. And it's actually the key element as well for all these discussions that we're having here, right? If you don't have the right person in front of you, if you don't have the right person to set up your project, then your project is nothing but a great idea. And so we are working on building more I'm not finding the word in English, but better trained talents. And we have developed a pedagogy in this, and we're working with tech enablers around this. But actually, while working on setting this up, we came to an even bigger bottleneck. Believe it or not, there is a bigger bottleneck than talent, which is how do we finance education? Most of the time, education is financed by governments, but governments provide the Blackboard type of education that we don't believe fits the needs that we have today. So how can the private sector take on the challenge of providing education, and how can we finance education for the talents that don't have enough means to finance their own education? One of the systems that emerged to do that is called income share agreements. The principle is quite simple. We pay for your education upfront. The weather is hot. Perfect, thank you. We pay for your education upfront. And once you get the job, essentially, you get to reimburse the cost of your education by paying a fixed percentage of your income for a predetermined period of time. So typically it would be like if you earn $1,000 per month, you repay 15% over 24 months. Now, those income share agreements are super, super heavy in terms of processes because you need to draft the contracts, agree on the contracts, review the clauses, ensure the repayment is done, ensure the preemptive payment is being done, ensure that the monthly payments are being done, etc. So you know what I'm going to say next, right? How can smart contracts help us? How can we create the IDs, and how can we create registries to automate all of that and gain a lot of time, efficiency, and most importantly, transparency, which are massive bottlenecks. And so we submitted proposals, 3 proposals. The first one to research the income share agreement space and the best practices in terms of tech developments. The second one to create a proof of concept and disburse 15 income share agreements in one of the academies that we have in Bangalore, India. And the third one to create a CIP, a Cardano improvement proposal, and share our learnings with the whole community. But we're not alone in this. So we are SeedStars, and we're proposing with Proofspace, that you guys know well, with Cardashift, that you guys also know well, with SmartChain, that you might know less well, but SmartShift Smart Chain, sorry, is actually one of the founders of Cardano that you know well. So they're a blockchain developer, and we are also submitting with Chanson International that is completely new to the Cardano ecosystem. Yay, we brought somebody. They are an income share agreement provider in Africa. So that's about us, and that's about bringing a change in the world that we live in through education, and most importantly, education financing, which is what grants you access to your education. And I don't think I was over time.
No, you got 40 minutes. I don't think you even needed slides. That was amazing. Thank you. Just hearing about it makes me think about, makes me first of all very excited, but also think about like coding boot camps where students go learn all the skills and so on. And oftentimes they can't afford to pay like 5,000 to 10,000 USD to learn coding. They do have an option to take on a like a staffing contract, like income sharing agreement, where once they get in jobs, they'll pay, I don't know, like 10, 5, 10, 15%.
Yeah, it's 15% the standard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is it similar?
Yeah, that's exactly it. It has different names depending on the country, depending on the language, but that's essentially it. Income share agreement, revenue-based agreements.
Yeah.
But that's it.
I always wonder, like, how do you actually get paid after student gets, gets the job?
That's the whole thing. So in the financial model that you build, you need to account for a super high range of talents who don't repay. One way to get the repayment is, of course, to create a community on campus and making the talents want to give back, but then you can't really bet on the goodwill of people. It would have been interesting to discuss with socials about this, which is like the impact as a collateral. That's exactly it, right? But you can't really rely on this for a sound financial model. And so there are a lot of mechanisms being put in place, and we're learning a lot from people who do loans, consumer loans that need to recollect. But then we think that this on-chain is just gonna smooth and boom the whole process all at once. But that's a bit why we're submitting this first research proposal, to really see, okay, what exists in other sectors that we can transpose, what does not exist, where exactly does the bottleneck lie? Does it lie in the transaction? Does it lie in the technology used to make the repayment? Does it lie in the good faith of people who need to repay, etc.? So it's super, yeah, it's tricky because it's really vast. But there is a lot to learn from communities and from lending, essentially.
Awesome. Anybody has questions? Probably have time for 2 more.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Already.
Quick question. How do we compare it to a student loan versus this one? Like a student loan is they pay the student loan after they are done with their coursework. So they kind of delay their payment from the loan standpoint. So
yeah,
how do we compare the two?
Yeah, it's a very good question. So I think the first massive comparison is income share agreements the contract only enters into force once you get a decent paying job, which is not the case of typical loans, right? If you're in a loan, you need to reimburse no matter if you get a job or not, and the fact that you need to get a job ties the education provider a bit more, because it means that not only do they need to provide education, they need to provide you with skills that enable you to enter the workforce, be it through entrepreneurship that we believe in a lot, or be it through a more regular market, which means that the education provider is tied to supporting you in finding a job, essentially. So that's an extra job to do for the education provider. And then it's more fair and equal in the sense that you only pay when you're able to pay, in a way. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Anybody else? I have another question.
Oh yeah, shoot.
Is there like are you guys still focusing on emerging countries? Because I'm part of BeatStars as well. Yeah, and you guys are everywhere except for, you guys are pretty much everywhere, but really focused on Latin America, Africa.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's so well, yeah, well put. So essentially, we only focus on emerging markets. So wherever things are a bit more complex than usual, we love going. So yeah, we still focus on emerging markets, but what we try to do is also to do knowledge transfer, right? For example, in those tech plus entrepreneurial academies that we are now launching and that we apply the income share agreements to, what we're trying to do is to attract top-notch tech education providers to emerging markets, right? So we're working with the leading ones in Europe and bringing them to the markets where we are running the academy. So this is typically the knowledge transfer that we're trying to do, but our overarching aim, and we have a full theory of change with 74 indicators that I'm super happy to share with you guys, but essentially your aim is to have a positive impact on emerging markets through entrepreneurship and tech. So it's really emerging market focused.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. I would personally love to connect with you because we're also building something related to helping people break into tech. Let's connect later.
I'll send the links to the proposal to my LinkedIn, my email address, WhatsApp.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So it seems like I will be the last proposal. Thank you so much for joining on this one, and glad that we were able to accommodate more people. Let me see if you can see my screen. And can you guys see my screen? I assume yes.
Yes.
That's a big yes.
Okay, let me time myself. Hey everybody, my name is Ninh. I'm the CEO of Snapbrillia. And let me tell you about 500 plus ADA communities sent to conferences. See, the issue here is that most projects funded by Catalyst don't really launch beyond, building the DApp or the software. So we want to help projects just like ours that were funded and closed out to actually go out there and achieve the impact that they promise. And it starts with creating a launchpad for conferences. And let me tell you a little bit about one of the conferences. It's Consensus, right? It had almost 18,000 attendees. The tickets there were pretty expensive, almost $2,000 on average. And there are a lot of sponsors, sessions, and speakers. And my highlight at Consensus was going to the Cardano community event, which had over 10% of all of Cardano, of all of Consensus, right? Almost 2,000 people signed up. It was super fun. IOHK threw a party, the Cardano community party, where Ice Cube, a famous rapper, showed up. And that was shared among other communities outside of Cardano. You can see Decentral Community, which is a conference before conference with 10,000 members. We went, but if you didn't go, right? How often do you get to meet people like Ice Cube or Charles or Frodo, right? Elijah Woods in the middle. We were able to, everybody that we met is either a investor, developer, or a Cardano fan, or about to become a Cardano fan. Because we went there, we were able to meet also with the chief legal officer and other chief executive at IOHK, including Tony and Joel. And because of that, we're able to launch Atala Prism on mainnet and hopefully unlock it for the whole community. Conferences are very effective. It helps us build real trusted, deep relationships with people. We gave away already about 150 in-person tickets and countless of virtual tickets and there were about 300, more than 300,000 in value for free, because we understand the value of building, growing, and learning together. And the community has given us back tremendously, right? Beginning with testimonials on the proposal. You can go check it out. Some people have said it was a life-changing experience for me. I've built so many amazing relationships with people and met with people that I never would have met otherwise, and got opportunities to create more real partnerships to drive real impact. Here's a quick quote from Charles, right? It's a collective effort of the masses that matter. Cardano did not get nor Ethereum or Bitcoin to where it's at by the tireless work of an individual. It got there because of a large group of people who decided it's a fundamentally good idea to choose freedom and liberty. Here's some pictures as well. You can see from the community members and more that went there. It's not just us. We were able to table with Atala prison people and really represent. And of course, we were able to, if we didn't go, and Lance actually from Roots ID, another project within Cardano, also was able to go and present. We got on the shirt. Charles will need a bigger shirt for sure. We were able to go and win a hackathon. And this is the same experience that we want, not just for us, but also for other projects on Cardano. I was able to partner with amazing people inside our community to really create a community team to help me execute on this. We're not taking any money from the proposal, right, to be able to send as many people to conferences as possible. So Vic from the Hidden Order, Yuri, they're gonna help me do the Eastern Asia and Asia partnerships with Alex from Merchify. These are all like conference gurus. We partnering with Vada to run this across Africa. CNFT Con, Rare Bloom, Catalyst Con will have probably hundreds of tickets. So probably at launch, we'll probably already deliver on our promises. My team is committed, partnering with SeedStars, Launch House, and amazing advisors. And we're real people. We're not bots, right? Thank you again for your amazing support. We have a couple of proposals in here. All of our proposals have a PX score of 5. And yeah, that's it. Thank you. Except for this one. This one is 4.95 for the open source challenge setting for Fontaine.
Yeah, thanks, and yeah, awesome work on this. Yeah, I got the invite from Ninh for consensus. I just couldn't make it. I had to travel. I had travel plans to India on a quick note. So after COVID period, so I couldn't make it to the consensus. But thanks, Ninh, for taking this lead on this, so more people can join from different places to come to these conferences. Appreciate that.
Yeah, you know, we got like 150 tickets. My team is large, but it's not 150 people large. And I thought, well, what am I gonna do with over 100 tickets? So we just gave it away to the community. It was first come, first serve. If you couldn't make it, George, thank you so much for letting me know as well on time. So someone else got the ticket. They went fast. Within like the first 3 hours, they're gone. Because, you know, we learned operationally for sure, right? Have a wait list, people apply, first come, first serve, and then reserve 10 to 20% of those tickets for ambassadors, people who are super involved. So we were able to send some really amazing people that I personally wanted to meet. And honestly, you know, the consensus and others, there's parties, there's open bar, there's like DJ, but I literally got one drink, and then the rest of the time I was just meeting people every single minute. And after we came back, we got Rare Bloom that's happening first time, and a lot of the teams that we were able to send, they're now sponsoring Rare Bloom, and they're excited. Yeah. Anyways,
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ninh, for your interesting proposal. Thank you, thank you, and Snapbrillia for giving me a free ticket for consensus. I just have 2 questions regarding the proposal. The first thing, can you share some impact of your proposal? And the second thing is, as you are having a number of number of funded proposal right now. So how can you handle them effectively? Thank you.
Yeah, great questions. So the impact of our proposal right now, you can actually go on our proposal in the Idea Scale Catalyst and read the testimonials. I think, yeah, I reached out to everybody, but we have about 30 testimonies from people that were just willingly sharing. Hey, I didn't network a lot, but I went to listen to the speakers, And now I know where Cardano as a blockchain is, because other chains are just thinking about like what we are already building, like SSI or like the things that are coming with Vasoport. For us personally, right? We were able to meet a lot of investors and teams and developers, and everybody. We were pre-launch at Consensus, right? Because we're still building, but after launch, I would just tell them, hey, sign up because you're a developer. And people are telling me, hey, when can I start using it? Is it ready? When can I start mentoring people? When can I start posting gigs and bounties? So it gives us a huge opportunity to get in front of people that would be direct users of our platform, but not just for us. We invite other projects and teams that are funded by Catalyst that are about to close out, launch, ready for business, and to grow their business, to also have the same experience, get tickets, sponsor booth, and get in front of the people that they need to sell to get more traction. Yeah, we got 2 proposals funded in F8. Both of them actually just launched. I think, what is it today? 10 days ago or something like that. Right, we already have a paying customer after 10 days in MVP, after fixing all the bugs and everything. I'm super grateful for support from the community. And for that, we have access to about 680 million people in our database that we can drive to any type of job and gig. That's why, Tiziana, I would love to connect with you, right, globally, to connect people between mentors and mentees. And I have a large team. My team has about 80 people. 60 of them are engineers, and that's just from us. But I proactively am looking for partners in the community that are willing to step up, right, to help us execute on this, because this is all about community. If the one video that I didn't have time to play, you'll see from IOHK, community is repeated like 20 times. And like Vic and Yuri and Alex, they all have reached out to me. Hey, I read your proposal? Can I be part of it? And I just told them, hey, we're not paying anybody. I'm not paying myself either, right? At most, I can guarantee a free ticket to a conference, right? If you go and help me, like, make sure everyone gets there on time, has their badge, and so on. But yeah, we're very open. We already have established partnership. We're partnering with WADA on CatalystCon. There's about 300 tickets already pre-negotiated to some of these conferences. And we promise 500 people plus to conferences, right? So at launch, there'll be 60% delivered.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
I don't know how much time I have for questions.
Yeah, a little time. Maybe I can do a little bit on the Conmo. Just
awesome. Go for it, George.
Okay, let me go ahead and share. Thanks, Ninh. Okay. You see my screen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, Conmo is a team that has come together from India. So there is a lot more focus from reaching students and community in India. In India, as you know, it's like a population-wise, 1.4 billion population next to China. China is another 1.4 billion. So, but from software industry in general, you will see a very strong level of Indians or Asians in general participating in the software community. But when you look at the crypto community, it is a lot more Western society driven. It is an idea or a blockchain technology that is, although it originated from Satoshi in Japan, we don't know exactly where he is, but the technology took larger roots in the Western society and a lot more crypto-based communities coming up. So our goal is to say, okay, how do we take this from India standpoint and say, okay, it is also global, but primarily a lot more focused in India, and say, okay, for the students and the community that are being recruited by the global firms, now how do we introduce the crypto and the technology? Just like Tien and Phone were saying, like how to use the university as the incubation for Web3 and blockchain technologies, how to educate the educators, train them in that model so that they understand what the Web3 is coming, what the Web3 as a total technology is bringing to the world. And so we have this is our vision. So we have been funded for the inner ones, the labs and the hope. So where we are able to have a small ideas that can come in and we can incubate these ideas. And right now we have a forum where around 40 of the students have proposed projects and are in incubation. So the next level is the flare and upskill, where we are working with the students and upskilling them, and the trainers, in this case educators or professors, are also upskilled. And once they are aware of the Web3, then they are entered into Emergo Academy or Plutus Pioneer program or other avenues within the programming platform, so that they become more application ready. And ambassador and click programs are more for promotion. How do we, like partnerships, and kernel and chain or the operating system for the Conma itself. MOA is the governing layer. We are looking at a law DAO, where when we look from a crypto standpoint, there are a lot of regulations. So from legal and finance standpoint, tax regulations, how do we bring all these pieces together and make a framework that can be used by more communities? And there are communities, like when we look from countries, some countries are crypto sanctioned, heavy sanctioning, and some more friendly. So how do we bridge these gaps? So can we set up a company in Dubai or Singapore where it is friendly and still be able to have affiliation? What is the mechanism? For example, when we look from the money makers, all these big foundations, that's what they are doing. They put their country in British Virgin Islands or some remote island, and they put it all around it. So it's kind of I don't know if you can say we take these examples, but so to use the methods and say, okay, how to do it still in a legal way, which is a complete framework. So that is one of the goals for Conma. So those are the things we are looking at, and bringing these experiences. We are working with 4 colleges now, 4 universities. And for the first cohort program, with 3 months done, 10 students came out of that, and part of the students were absorbed into our own teams as part-time internship programs for the next 3 months. So we give them that opportunity not only to train on the theory side, but also to be working on actual applications. So at a student level, if they are able to get that kind of experience, it gives them a broader understanding of questioning what does decentralized finance mean? What does decentralized economy mean? What are the global opportunities that are brought in by the crypto community as a total? So it is a more awakening from a student community. So it is like a grassroots movement. We are trying to reach down and say, okay, what is not going right in the current economy, where the money makers, if Bill Gates gives 90%, still he is like 100 billion. How does it make sense? Like these money makers are making money at the same time they are able to give away everything. So it doesn't add up. Somewhere, if for a normal person, if I give 90%, I'm at 10%. I'm not at 110%. So it's an equation which is twisted. And only when we ask these questions, what does finance mean? What does bank versus government? What is the transaction between them? How are the governments supporting these big players? So it is a decentralizing finance idea and the blockchain tech. So that's part of the education in this, and bringing the students into that thought process is what we are focusing on. Yeah. Thank you. Continue with questions.
Thank you, George.
Excellent.
Yeah, Conma has grown a lot in a very short time, right? And I know also in big way thanks to you, in your efforts. Do you guys track where students go after they finish with your hands-on project-based internships?
Yeah, this is our first round, meaning the first cohort is done with a 3-month program. So we have 8 students now who were given the certificate, and these of these 8, there were around 10 of that 8 had accepted to take some level of part-time responsibility within Conmo. So they'll be moving into that next level, as well as being trained in Haskell through Emergo Academy. And
Wow.
so Web3 blockchain as the introduction, and then the next layer. So that's where we are. And part of them will be working with me on the DAO to Conmo DAO.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it is a continuous chain. That's what we are trying to enable. So we have initially started with 10 to 12 students. Of that, there were some dropouts, and then now the next cohort. So every month there is a cohort that is starting almost. So another month down, there will be another set of students that will be coming out of that 3-month cohort period, and the engagement had been so strong. Now we are trying to engage with other communities who are also trainers, like DP Guild, and they are already trainers in that. And so we are bringing them into the as collaboration partners, so they can be the trainers, and which gives us more adding additional trainers at the same time working with more universities. So some of the universities have like 1,700 students or 2,000 students. It's a very large, yeah. So when we touch these universities, it's gonna bring in a huge magnitude of students entering this and understanding Catalyst too.
Yeah. So
we are trying to get ourselves ready, like we are getting ourselves moving at the same time we are trying to prototype. So it's a different game, but a lot more focus in India, but we do see partnership from outside to Oman. Oman as the university in Muscat is engaging, and also there is a university, Virginia Institute of Tech, that is also, there is a connection they are trying to establish. So, but the core focus right now is in India, but we are also seeing interest from other countries.
Wow, the hustle is very strong with Vinay, and I am very grateful for the partnership that we have. We have time for probably one more question. Last question for George.
George, may I have your proposal link on Idea Scale? I will take a look on that. Thank you.
So that's Vinay. So Vinay is a co-founder. Vinay, Advita, and Sangeet are the 3 co-founders. So they had, although it looks like we are accelerating now, Vinay had started this process 3 years back, and Conmo has been there for the last 1 year. So we passed the 1-year anniversary a month back. So it looks like we are accelerating, but there is a lot of effort that has gone before. I just joined like 3 months. I'm probably less than 3 months in.
You joined at the right time, George. Welcome, Vinay. First time I met Vinay, it was all about one world, one market. How can we break down barriers to bring opportunities to people who don't have them?
Yeah, it is a tougher question, meaning when we look from India perspective, it's 1.4 billion, but our tax rates are like 30% straight tax on crypto profit loss.
49%.
Another 18% add-on on top of it, so based on the transactions, if the limit is above a certain marker. And there is a 1% tax the government is posing just to track all transactions. So it is a very heavy levy. So when we look at crypto as a transaction model, it's going to be a lot more effort to bring that in into India or any of these countries where the sanctions are heavy.
Yeah.
And to play against these banks and governments. It's not an easy task. Like the example I always use is the government in the US gave 1.5 trillion to the corporations during COVID period or during mortgage crisis. So the total global crypto economy is 1 trillion. So it's like you're a very small dot in their zones. So they are trying to squish it down as much as possible, but we are a very small dot in that. So we'll be facing a huge challenge, and we have to come together globally and as a crypto community, serious alliances, serious global challenge to come into the decentralized finance model.
Yeah, have you guys talked to Izzat? She's the international tech expert. So I'll recommend that. You know, I'm big on supporting the projects coming out of Catalyst because, you know, just like us, right? Yeah, love everything that you do. Please put in the links in the chat. Tiziana, Vinay, Tien, Pham, George, thanks for joining. And Tien, thanks for awesome questions for all of the projects.
Thank you.
I personally, I'd love to connect with everybody. Reach out to me for any help. Right. And yeah, thanks so much for joining. Thanks for your time. Impactfest cannot be done without you. This first one, hope it was fun.
Yep.
Thanks a lot.
Thank everyone to join.
Take care. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.